Today, I invite you to reflect on a force that every human being possesses, but only a few truly awaken: the power of willpower and determination. It is not money, luck, or privilege that defines success. It is the invisible fire burning inside us, the unwavering decision that I will rise, I will fight, and I will not stop until I win. Think about it. The greatest breakthroughs in human history were not born out of comfort or ease. They came from people who refused to surrender when everything around them screamed, impossible. What separated them from others was not superior intelligence, not wealth, not status. It was simply the strength of their will. Willpower as the master key. Imagine willpower as the master key that unlocks doors which otherwise seem sealed shut. You may have dreams, talent, and opportunities, but without willpower, they remain dormant. On the other hand, even if you start with nothing, willpower has the power to bend reality in your favor. We often underestimate the strength of human determination. Consider athletes who train relentlessly for years for a few moments on the world stage. Think of scientists who face thousands of failures before discovering a breakthrough. Or look at individuals who rise from poverty, discrimination, or illness to inspire millions. In every story, the central character is not luck. It is the unyielding will to keep moving forward, the battle within. The greatest battlefield in life is not the world outside. It is the battlefield within. Every day, you wake up to a silent war. The war between your doubts and your dreams, the war between your fears and your faith, the war between giving up and going on. When you feed your doubts, you shrink. But when you feed your willpower, you grow beyond measure. Success does not begin with the resources in your pocket. It begins with the resolve in your heart. Real-world proof of determination. Let us look at some powerful examples. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. People mocked him, but his reply was, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that don't work." His willpower gave light to the world. Oprah Winfrey, who grew up in poverty and faced endless rejection, never surrendered to her hardships. Her determination transformed her from a small-town girl into one of the most influential voices on the planet. Nelson Mandela, imprisoned for 27 years, could have allowed bitterness to destroy him. Instead, his willpower turned suffering into strength, and he emerged as a symbol of peace and freedom. These people were not superhuman. They simply refused to let their circumstances define them. Their willpower shaped their destiny. Awakening your own drive. Now, let's bring this home. What about you? You may not be inventing the light bulb, running a global media empire, or leading a nation, but in your own life, you face challenges just as real. Passing an exam, building a career, raising a family, fighting illness, or overcoming self-doubt. And here is the truth. Your success in any of these areas does not depend solely on your circumstances. It depends on how much you are willing to endure, how much you are willing to sacrifice, and how fiercely you are willing to keep going when the road gets tough. Your willpower is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Every time you resist procrastination, every time you rise after a setback, every time you take one more step when your body screams stop, you are strengthening the muscle of determination, the myths that hold us back. But let us destroy some common myths. Myth 1. Only talented people succeed. Wrong. Talent without willpower fades away. Willpower without talent can still conquer mountains. Myth 2. You need perfect conditions to start. Wrong. The perfect moment never arrives. Winners create opportunities in imperfect conditions. Myth 3. Success is quick. Wrong. Success is slow, painful, and exhausting. But the person with strong willpower outlasts the pain until victory becomes inevitable. Your willpower determines your legacy. What will people remember you for? Not for how easy your life was, but for how strong you stood when life was hard. Not for the comforts you had, but for the courage you showed. Every great story begins with a decision. I will not quit. I will not bow down. I will rise again. That decision, my friends, is the seed of all greatness. The call to action. So I challenge you today, awaken the fire inside you. Stop waiting for motivation from outside. Your greatest motivation is already within you. It is your willpower. When life knocks you down, rise. When doubts whisper you can't, shout back, watch me. When others quit, let your determination scream, I will finish what I started. Because in the end, the difference between those who dream and those who achieve is not chance, not luck, not fortune. It is willpower, ignited and sustained until victory is won. Conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, if you remember nothing else from today, remember this. Life will test you. It will break you. It will demand everything you have. But if you awaken your willpower and refuse to surrender, life will also reward you in ways you never imagined. The question is not whether you will face obstacles. You will. The question is, when the storm comes, will you stand? And if your answer is yes, if you awaken your drive and fuel your inner fire, then no mountain will be too high, no night too dark, and no dream too distant. The world bows, not to talent or luck, but to the unstoppable will of a determined heart. Thank you.